What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy 2Wise. Today I'm going to be going over the top 10 young guns and trends for the month of May. This is a series that I originally was going to do weekly, but I realized it was a lot easier to get the data monthly. And just to be clear, it's the 2020-2021 Young Gun set that we're going to be discussing. I'll get into the top 10 cards as far as last average sale, and then at the end we'll talk about which cards are trending in the right directions and which ones we can maybe take a chance at investing in. So at number 10 is Alexander Romanov. This originally started out, I would say, as a top 5 card from this year's set. But as you can see from the chart, it has slowly been losing a little bit of value over time. Here we see the number of cards sold in the last month, one going for $47, but the most recent sale average is actually $19.25 compared to the $34 at the beginning of the month. At number 9, we have Nick Robertson. His card has kind of maintained a steady average throughout the season. He's the brother of Dallas's Jason Robertson. I think him being on the Leafs in the giant market that is Toronto kind of keeps his value a little bit increased there. But only 30 of his cards were sold in the last month or so, with the average sale being just under $20 and starting at about $21.50, so not too much of a drop. At number 8, Niels Hoglander for the Vancouver Canucks. He had a big sale right at the beginning of May that bumped his chart here. You can see it's only actually the last 7 days. I should say that I got all of this information off Sports Card Investors Market Movers. It's excellent data. If you love the trading card market, if you love the hobby, you want to think about investing and you love data, Market Movers is the way to go. But certain cards don't have as much of a data range. So that's why you'll see a few of these cards have 10 to 14 days instead of the last 30 to 35 days of data. But in that span, we do have a average sale that started about $12.29 about 2 weeks ago, and it's bumped up to $20.18. So that's pretty good for Niels. At number 7, we have the goalie ILYA Sorokin for the New York Islanders. His price hasn't dropped too much. It's been a steady average throughout the season, I believe. We're looking at about 124 cards sold in the last month, with the most recent average sale being $20.49. At number 6, big center Dylan Cozens for the Buffalo Sabres. He was definitely a top 5 target, high value card earlier in the season. I was hoping his value would go up throughout the season. As you can see here, it has gone down. But I still believe this is a card to hold. This guy has a lot of potential if Buffalo can ever get it together. Looking at most recent sale averages being about $23, down from the $43 at the beginning of the month of April. At number 5, the defenseman for Colorado, BYRAM. His chart here shows no real price change throughout the month. And if we look, it was a most recent sale average of $27.37, which is only slightly down from the $27.49 at the start of April. At number 4, we have the red-hot Jason Robertson for the Dallas Stars. I unfortunately don't have his data for all of April here, but we can look at the last 14 days, and it shows an average of $38.04 recently, with the start period being at $45.13. I believe once he got hot, his price just shot through the roof. We can see an example here that I pulled off of sales from eBay from April 1st, just 3 examples here just to get a really small grouping average. It's about $21 at the beginning of April, and now it's up to $38. So that's attributed to his red hot streak, and now he's better points per game average than Kirill, but I still think Kirill's running away with the Calder there. At number 3, Tim STUTZLE, still regarded in the community as the most valuable card to invest in long term, but he is not expected to win the Calder. He's had an okay season points wise for the struggling Senators, with only 26 points and actually getting outshined by Josh Norris there. So he's someone to watch as well. But we're looking at beginning of April, his card was being sold for $135, and now it's down to $68.35. If we're talking about cards to target for value, I would keep my eyes on STUTZLE, see if it goes down anymore, especially in the offseason, and jump all over that. Number 2, Alexis Lafreniere. His card, being the number 1 overall pick, hasn't fluctuated too much in price, even though he's not even top 10 in scoring for rookies. He's only got 20 points at the time of this recording, but his average sale in the beginning of April was $123, and right now it's stayed around that price, $118 with a $124 average over the last 14 days. And to no one's surprise, number 1 is Kirill the Thrill Kaprizov, another player whose price hasn't fluctuated too much over the last month, starting at 155 at the beginning of April, and now it's down to 140 for the last 7 sales or so. Robertson gave him a run for his money. I still believe that the excitement of Kirill and the consistency makes him a runaway for the Calder, and it seems to show in the market data as well. Now, just to take a peek of how these cards are trending over the last 30 days, look at Jason Robertson up 78%, which is unbelievable. And again, attributed to that run he's had in Dallas being red hot. Then we have a couple of goalies, Vanacek and Sorokin, following up, with Kirill and BYRAM being the only other guys who've been positive in the last 30 days. So the value here, I would say, eyeing STUTZLE down 40% in the last 40 days. Try to grab him up if his keeps going down, as well as maybe looking at Vitek Vanacek. And if he becomes the future for the Capitals, he could have a potential to double, triple in price as well. And then last, we'll just look at everybody over the last 7 days. So you can see the 4th column in is everybody over the last 7 days, with Vanacek just dominating there, going up 140%. But a few other guys have been popular recently, such as Robertson of Toronto, BOWEN BYRAM, and Sharangovich for the Devils, who's actually 4th in scoring. He's got 29 points as of this recording, so that's pretty impressive. Ty Smith was the favorite Devil in the Young Gun set to start the season, but we can see, at least in the last week, Sharangovich has gotten a little bit more popular and a little bit more expensive than Ty Smith, who's only selling at $830 right now. Let me know who you think is undervalued or overvalued right now in the comments. And thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more of this every month. And please like and subscribe. See ya.